In this episode, what we are going to do is we are going to create a resource. So where we left off was we were working with the event editor. I'm just going to switch over here. So we set up our blockings, we set up our events, and we set up our non-player character. So now what we need to do is we need to spawn an item. So we're going to game editors, and we're going to go into resource editor. Oh, no, sorry, cancel, not resource editor. Item editor. And as you see on screen, this is a new window. We haven't been here before. So this is where you create all your different items. And again, you can see it's foldered. I like my folders. It keeps things organized. So what I've got in here, I am going to just delete that. Yes. Okay. So we're going to create a new item. New item. We are going to call it skinning knife. Now we are going to set that as a tool because it is a tool. That's the folder it's going into. And it is equipment because you need to equip it. So we're not going to do anything with rarity, description, can drop, can bank, can trade. We're not going to bank it. We're not going to trade it. We're not going to guild bank it. We are not, we can bag it and we can sell it. Chance of dropping it at death, 20% because you can drop everything in my usage. There is no cannot use because everybody can use it. Price if you sell it is going to be just 2. I'm not assigning an animation to it, but we are going to assign a picture. So we're going to scroll down. These are all the pre-built pictures. I'll be showing you how to create your own in a later video, but this is, my dog just came in. She's letting me know my wife is home from town. There we go. We're going to use knife 1. Oh, sorry, not key 1. Knife 1. Perfect. And then down here, it is important you can set up an animation. So how this works is it's very Japanese RPG style. Like I said before, it was like the early Final Fantasy, the early Fantasy Stars, the early Zelda games. Very much that style, Japanese RPG. However, that style wants you to use animation overlays, flashy effects or graphics, or whatever that come over top of your character when you're performing an action. So that's great for spell casting. That's even good sometimes for shooting or doing things like that. However, for like harvesting, you don't really need it. So I'm not going to set up any animations. There's none. I don't have paper dolls built. I'll show you in a later episode how to do paper dolls. I do have some built for like a sickle and an axe, some basic stuff that I've been working on, but nothing for anything else yet. So I'm not going to bother setting those up because we don't have it. There's no extra effects or fields or anything like that. You can see here, I just scroll again that when you hover, if you hover over a field and you use the mouse, you're going to get, and you roll the mouse, it's going to change that. So I want to scroll up here. And what I want to use is, there is a field here. I need to find it. I always have a hard time finding it. And it is equipment. There should be a field here called tool type. Oh, equipment slot weapon. I have to change that first. Then I can come down here and I can change this into a tool type. So then the tool type, I'm setting the skinning knife. So save. So now I've created the skinning knife. So now what I need to do is I'm going to do an item spawn on the map, skinning knife for 1. I'm going to drop it right here. So now I'm going to save this map. And if I come in here in the player client, there it is. And it's already, because I'm standing right next to it, popped up a window for me to loot. Gives me the information I need. I didn't set any damage. Loot all. So now, when I open my window, I have it. And I can right click on it from my inventory. Look here at the character. There's nothing. Close my character window again. Open my inventory. Oh, it respawned. And I can right click. And here, equip skinning knife. There we go. Excuse me. I apologize. I'm sneezing. So there, we have equipped the skinning knife. So now we can close our character window and our inventory window. Now, what we need to do is we need to go into the game editor again, and we need to create an item. And we are going to go new item. And this new item, we're going to call it, what should we call this item? Deer carcass. And it's going to go in, I think I'll just leave it there. Resource drops. Well, it's actually not a resource drop. It's something else. But we'll leave it there for now. Picture, I don't know if I got a good picture for it. Let's just set something. I don't know. Let's set it as a cloak for now. Sure, dark cloak. We'll leave it at that. Okay. And a deer's body. Right? So what you could do is you could actually have the deer just drop the skins and not have to resource harvest them. But I want you to have to resource harvest. So this is a deer's body. So what it is, edit usage requirements in order to oh wait, I need to create it as a cancel. Sorry. It's not an item. Cancel. 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 Sorry, I don't create it as an item. I go into Resource Editor. And I need to go new resource. Deer carcass. Add animal drops. Alright. And we don't have an animation. Do we have an image for it? Graphic. Let's go here. You know what? I'm just going to use berry 1 as a drop, as a graphic for it for now. I don't have a graphic set up. We'll get into that and we'll replace it. Maybe in the next episode I'll do that. I'll show you some part of that. And we're going to set the drop to 100%, but we don't have an item built yet. I needed to build the skins. So, walkable before resource removal? No. Walkable after? Yes. Okay. I don't have an animation. Spawn duration 100 milliseconds. Chance is going to be 100%. Common event, nothing. Requirements, harvesting requirements. This is where you add need skinning knife. add condition. And then from this, there's all sorts of conditions you can set up to do anything. So, but what I want to do is has item. All right. Wait, cancel. I want to go add condition. Has item equipped is skinning knife. Okay, perfect. Save. So, in order to harvest that resource, you need to have equipped the skinning knife. All right, so now we're going to save that. Now we have to go into item editor, and I got new item here. Wait, was it in resource drops? Tools. Yeah, okay, so new item. We're going to call it deer skin. And we're going to put it in resource drops, pick, and we're going to call it cloak 1 or something. For now, there we go, cloak, that's fine. 2, if we want to sell it. Animation, can drop, can't bank, can't guild, can bag, can sell, can trade, sure. Chance to drop on death, 25%, sure. Don't need usage requirements, sure, stackable, 10. There's no animation. Okay, perfect. So, now we've created that. We need to go back in to the resource editor, and we'll go back into our animal jobs because we set up our folders. We got our deer carcass, so we're going to drop, so resource editor, we are going to deerskin 1 chance, and we're going to set it to 100% chance on harvest. You could change that because the thing is I'm going to have mine different, but it's like you're skinning out a deer. You could totally wreck the harvest. When you killed the deer, you put holes in it to killing it. You might have hacked the crap out of it. So you could change that percent, and it's like you're not always going to get a resource harvested. And I know a lot of games do that and give you like a 2% resource this or that. So you got to mine like 10,000 times to get one item. That's not really that realistic either. So, you know, if you find something, you know, it's there, it's like you should have a good chance of salvaging it. Oh, but what you do, how you balance that out is you make it not worth that much, or you need a few of them, or you can only do a few things with it. There's always a balancing act in these games, and you got to find that balancing act. And I just haven't liked the way that some of these games, especially maybe some of the more Asian-y games, get carried away with the crafting and needing to collect 10,000 items to build one ingot or whatever, right? It's like, it's just not realistic. It's kind of sad. And it's just a way to force people to grind. A game isn't fun if all you have to do is grind to get one little thing. So for me, yeah, I'm not liking that. So we're gonna go 100% chance, 1 deerskin, add, save. Should be good. Okay, so now we come back to here, and I want to go resource, and I want to add a deer carcass. Just to show you how that works, right in the middle of the road. Save the map. Yes. Then we're in the game. And, oh, there's my deer carcass. I'm going to unequip my knife. And I'm going to try. Oh, look. Right here. You do not meet the requirements to harvest this resource. Right click. Equip this knife. And now. Oh, you know what I did wrong? So I have to go into that resource. game editor, resource editor, and I do this wrong all the time because I don't think of a resource as needing hit points. But what you need to do is you go in, and to harvest anything, it needs to have hit points. So we're going to give it 20 and 25. So save. Save. All right. Now we're going to bring back up the game engine, and here we are. We have our skinning knife equipped, and we should I still did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Game editor, resource editor, deer carcass. I don't have a regen. I don't have a common. Harvesting requirements. I have that set. Sorry, you need a skinning knife to harvest this. Alright. Graphics, initial big blue entities. Add walkable. Oh, tool type. Of course. I have to set the tool type to skinning knife. Save. Alright. Now we should be good. Alright. Still not. What did I do wrong? Again, this is one of those things. I'm still figuring this out and doing these. However, let me take a look at my berry bush and see what I did differently. Spawn duration, max hit points, owner type, tool type 9. Okay, because you can just pick those. So let's look at the flax plant. Flax plant there. Oh, we're going to need a sickle for that one. 10 hit points, 10 hit points. No animation, walkable. Harvesting requirements. Nothing, cancel. Ah, okay. I know what it is. So, probably is harvesting requirements. Remove. Save. Alright, because we've set the skinning knife over here, we didn't actually need it here. Save. Save the map with those changes. And let's give that a try. Let me do my F11 here. Okay, where am I? Huh. F11 character, I am equipped. Yep. Okay. Why am I not able to harvest it? This does not make any sense to me. I should be able to harvest it. Resource editor. There's something different on. No common event. Nothing there. That's just the drop. I got images. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe I haven't set my image. No, that shouldn't matter. None, spawn duration. We try setting that to 3,000 hit points. 10. Tool type, skinning knife. Animal drop, deer carcass. Exhausted graphic, none. Berry 2, maybe. Save. Be silly if that was the case that I needed. Huh. I am not able to. Should just work. Let me try putting a resource. Let's put a berry bush down right here. Save the map. Come back in, and I should be able to pick that. I can't while I have my weapon equipped. So we're going to go here. Right click, unequip skinning knife. Okay. F11. Now I should be able to pick the berries. Yeah, see there, I'm picking the berries. They're exhausted, and I've picked the berries. There's the berries. F11. Loot all. Perfect. So unequipped, I still can't pick the berries. Fire skin knife, goes resource character. Inventory. Equip skinning knife, okay. And I'm still not damaging it. So I've done something wrong here. I don't know what. What I'm gonna do though is go game editor, resource editor. You can see why we're at 22 minutes, and you can see why I said that I have to figure things out as I go along, because I've only done them a couple times, and it's just everything's it doesn't matter how many times you do something, everything can look the same, and yet something is different. So I mean, that's all good. Graphics, sure, below entities, it's fine, doesn't really matter. There is no common event. There wasn't a hit point regen. It was set 10. It was set 10. It needs the skinning knife. Oh, I know why. Remember I said the skinning knife didn't do any damage? This bit me before. Okay, so this is very important. Tools. Skinning knife. Alright, so we scroll down here. Base damage is set to 0. Set that to 2. Save. Save. Now we'll go back in and we'll have no problem harvesting it. Watch this. There we go. See? And there we go. We dropped our cloak. F11. We've respawned too quick, obviously. I'm just going to take that. There we go. And it is a deer skin. So, now you've seen how we've made a resource and a resource drop. And the only other thing we could do to that, if we wanted to, I'm going to go remove that and remove that and remove that because we have those items. I don't need them. Save the map. Yes. I want to go to the NPCs now, game editor. And I don't know, I haven't done this. I'm hoping you can do this. If I can't do it through the editor, I could probably do it through the events. And I'll have to figure that out and show you another time if that's the case. But I want to go to NPC Editor, and I want to go down here, and I want to go down to the dough. So now I've got the dough, and what I want to do is I want to come down here, and in the drops, I want to go, and I want to drop a resource. See, I wanted to drop the deer carcass. So what I might need to do is set that up as an event. On death. No. That's for the killer. So I'm going to need to figure out how to do that. I mean, I can't, it's not just a simple drop. I wish it was. I'm just gonna double check that again. I'm sure it's not in there though. No. Alright. Cancel. Game editor. Common event editor. Wait, but there wasn't. See, the problem is in the NPC editor. See, the extra events. On death for killer. On death for party. Oh, you know what? I can do on death for killer or on death for party. Okay, so cancel. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go game editor, common event editor, and we're going to create a new one, and we're going to call it, we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this resource spawner. Alright, so the new event, we're going to call this deer carcass spawn. Alright. Okay, and that's fine. We're going to go here, and we're going to go, hopefully, this lets me do this. I have not tried this, so I'm really hoping. Spawn NPC, but no spawn resource. I mean, I could give the carcass, and then you could drop it, maybe? I don't know. No, even that is not. That's a resource, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. No, close that. And we're going to cancel that. No, we don't want to save events. Close that. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that, so you killed the deer, it died, and then you spawned the deer carcass. Then you have to harvest the deer carcass with your knife, and you know, you could either get meat and or antlers if it's a buck, and or a pelt out of it, or a skin. So I got to figure out how to do that, because you need to be able to spawn a resource. I mean, unless you just do them as drops. Here's the deer hide, here's this, but then what good is the skinning knife? Unless you use the skinning knife for craft to turn that into something, but I still want you harvesting resources. You need to be able to harvest resources. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one here, because we went over quite a bit, and we're at 29 minutes and 57 seconds. So I will see you in the next one, and I will tell you how I figured that out. Plus, I will be showing you a little bit of a sprite and Krita in the next one, just to be able to get the images that we want set up properly for those deer skins and stuff. So we'll do a little bit of art resource management and go over some of that in the next one. And then we'll come back in and hit the next editors. So I'll see you in the next one.